Though no one heard it, they assume it was loud and big. Bang! All that flowed from it then was inevitable. But inevitable does not mean planned. Think of it as an enormous game of tic-tac-toe that no one wins. If you keep expanding the board, endless random patterns and mathematical equations will unfold. From snowflakes to dandelions, grasshoppers to giraffes. It's as probable for a tornado traveling through a junkyard to produce Buckingham Palace than for life to emerge from the Big Bang. But emerge it did into the hands of man.
Iraqi insurgents clashed with the state militiamen outside the city of Kufa.
The hopes of peace shattered by missile attack in Gaza. An Israeli missile.
The people of Rwanda suffered one of the worst genocides in the 20th
À cause des
century.
problèmes de violence qui continuent dans le continent
Is rife with acts of barbarism.
Once again struck by terrorism. A suicide bombing at a preschool, taking the lives of 30.
5 dead and at least 14.
In breaking news, a Satanist has been brought to justice. The personal mission of Harvard astrophysicist Richard Massey to find his daughter's killer has ended on the streets of Santiago de Chile. That's where cult leader Isaiah Hayden fled after the abduction and brutal murder of 12-year-old Lucinda Massey. Her heart was allegedly used in a ritual satanic sacrifice.
We're experiencing some turbulence. Please keep your seatbelt fastened.
Sad to go down now, wouldn't it, Richard? You going to heaven and me going to hell before we really got to know each other. Been looking forward to that.
This plane goes down, it's because you're on it. And God doesn't want to take any chances.
Really? 1, 2, 3. Coincidence? You'll never know.
Hazardous to human consumption. And today, from Chiapas province in Chapulta, Mexico, come stories of El Milagro de la Montaña, the miracle of the mountain, drawing the attention of religious scholar Sister Josefa Montefiore, who has come to document it. Stories of such miracles are being widely reported in recent days as they occur around the world. More of them than anything.
This is the final boarding call for Flight 1711 to Miami at Gate 12.
Got a statement to make. I demand to be heard.
Get in.
Passenger Alistair Frank.
There he is. Dr. Massey. Professor Massey? Are you Dr. Massey? The death penalty? Do you intend...
Dr. Massey! Dr. Massey, I'm Mark Rubio. The Chancellor sent me to come and get you.
Can we just go?
Yeah, definitely.
Storm fronts continue to pound the Mediterranean, where a passenger vessel is believed lost in the Aegean Sea.
Ούτε λάδια, ούτε πτώματα, ούτε βάρκες ουσιαστικές, ούτε συντρίμματα. Αν το ferryboat πήγε κάτω, μας το πήρε ολόκληρο στη θάλασσα.
Looks like a shadow. But there's nothing to create a shadow. The sky's perfectly clear. The head of Christ turns. His head is turning towards us.
creation will end as it began, with a noise that no one will hear. The approaching sun having scorched the planet clean, the last sound on Earth will be the roar of the oceans boiling. So,
Dr. Lampley, you talk of science creating and destroying the world. Is there no room for God in this equation?
I think there's room in science for everything and everyone, even God. If only he would make himself known.
Κοιτάξτε κάτι βλέπω! Ρε κοίταξε! Δεν βλέπω τίποτα! Έλα! Έλα μωρή!
Livy! You missed that bus this morning, you're out of luck. Lines are down on I-5, I gotta hustle. What'd you make me today?
Last night's dinner.
You don't have any pants that come up to your waist?
Do you?
What the hell is that?
It's not permanent.
Sticking out of your pants? It better not be. You cover it up or wash it off.
I'll miss my bus.
Then you'll walk.
Jesus Christ.
Just for that, you're going to church Sunday.
Must be tired, huh? I shopped for you today. I didn't know what you liked. Somebody said Oreos. I hope they weren't kidding. Can I just say that it is a great honor to meet you, sir? I got an advance copy of your book, and they want to do a book signing at the campus bookstore when you get back up to speed. So, I bet it's great to be back home, huh? Get to sleep in your own bed tonight. I know that's what I like when I get back home. I guess that's why they say no place like home.
Her life on earth was brief. It was a life complete, filled with love and joy and commitment to God. For no one who knew her could disagree Lucinda was one of his most beautiful creations. As we take her to her final rest, let the cry of pain dissolve into the universe. For she watches over us.
So we cleared it, and we wrote down all the messages, and there were a couple of crank calls, so you might want to get your number changed. And the campus security made them aware of it, and they said they're going to keep an eye on your house at night.
Jordan Kroll put up the sign. We're incredibly proud to be your interns, sir. Even my folks are proud, and that's not easy to do. I'll get those.
No, I got him.
Sir? I'm sorry about what happened. I mean, I know sorry doesn't do it, but I don't know what to say.
Tell your folks I'm glad to have you on the team.
Richard, it's Nora. I'm glad you're home. Maybe we can all find some peace now.
Home, the conquering hero. My star pupil has been missed.
That's my favorite dish.
Father Ambrose, thanks for coming.
Oh,
She was a good
I'm
girl,
so
and she's
sorry.
going to get to heaven, right? You're going to see to that.
Is she conscious?
No, they say brain dead. They say there's no hope.
And in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, take Olivia Beaudry, who stands before thee without sin, into thy loving embrace.
Something wrong?
Maybe the lightning. I thought her mouth moved.
She's talking. That's impossible. They said she was brain dead.
It's Latin. The mystery of lawlessness is already at work.
The time is short.
the world would pass away. She's quoting scripture. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do.
Father Ambrose. Sister Giuseppe Montefiore of the Eklund Foundation. Mother Francie May called me.
Thank you. We're hoping you can help.
She's very cold.
Dead, technically. That's how they're justifying unplugging her to harvest her organs.
Any advocates?
Just us. The mother is deceased. The father's been offered money by the parents of a child needing a kidney.
And has he accepted?
Not yet, but he's drinking a great deal. They have no insurance, and if the state has to pay for this life support, it's up to the courts.
Religious training.
Occasional church on Sunday as a consequence of bad behavior.
So, these recitations, they wouldn't be from memory?
If she had any memory, this wouldn't be in it.
When did she last speak?
It comes and goes. Sometimes it stops for so long we think she's finished. That's what they're waiting for.
They're watching us?
They could come at any time.
I need to be alone. My contract with the Eklund Foundation stipulates that I need to observe these phenomena undisturbed, with my own eyes and ears. If you'll excuse me.
I'll be just outside.
Oh, Father Ambrose, what scriptures? Old Testament, New?
Revelation.
Timely choice. The end of days.
Do you think so?
That's what brought me here.
Shandolala, Alisa de la Prida Solova Pachi, Aha Shandolala, Aha Shandolala, Kahisana Uva Edixio.
Quickly! Get Father Ambrose immediately!
Dr. Height, there's something going on.
Yes.
I have orders to clear her room. I spoke to the doctor.
Ma'am, I can't let you go.
Get out of my way.
Ma'am, I can't let you go.
Security!
Shake, ha.
What is that?
See, I'm thinking you take little kids. If you take little kids, even little babies, they're naturally curious about the stars.
Watch out, because the glass.
Sorry.
The glass falls out.
I'm sorry. I think I saw a broom.
Dr. Massey.
Sorry. He's not available right now.
Do you know where I might find him?
Golf course somewhere.
He looks a lot like you.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not really conducting business right now.
Could I see you alone?
Have you got the broom?
No, no.
Sister Josefa Montefiore from the Eklund Foundation in New York. These are my credentials.
Look, I'm not, if you're looking for a contribution, I don't...
Don't what?
Donate. Well, to religion, anyway. I mean, that's just... That's something that I don't do.
I do need to speak to you alone.
Sister, if you know who I am, then you should know that. I've had these threats against me,
I have no idea who you are. Only that I've been sent here by this. It's a map. Written with archaic symbols from Galileo's time. Drawn by a child in a comatose state who has tapped into some sort of higher consciousness. She's speaking the word of God. I know, it sounds preposterous, but as a fellow scholar, I can tell you that all the signs and symbols set forth in the Bible are currently in place for the end of days.
End of days. I don't think I can help you, sister.
No, I think you're mistaken. In fact, I'm certain of it. I'm not easily fooled.
I wish I could say the same. If you could excuse us, we've got to get back to work, so.
Yes, sir. May I ask why you're being threatened and by whom? I will read up on you extensively. Find out everything there is to know.
Satanists.
Satanists.
I've tangled with the opposing team.
I see. We will be seeing more of each other, Dr. Massey. In the meantime, might I be so bold as to make a suggestion? That you reconsider your position on donating to religion.
Like all biblical tales, the 10 plagues of Moses' time easily yields to a scientific explanation. In the book of Exodus, the river was turned into blood, and there followed the plagues of frogs, bugs, boils, and the death of the firstborn. What we have evidence of is a volcanic eruption, which poured mud into the Nile, turning it red with silt, driving the frogs to the land, where they rotted in the sun, which drew bugs by the billions. And they carried typhus, boils, and that swept death through the firstborn. The eldest children, whose exposure was the greatest because they were the ones who labored in the fields. Science.
Well, I suggest now that we all proceed into the library and do some book signing. Any one of you that has not yet purchased this masterpiece should do so now. Into the library, folks. This away. Literacy rooms. Come on, come on, come on. Follow me.
Why solitary?
Security. We let him into the population, they tear him apart.
Is he aware that I'm coming?
By law, we had to inform him, but he already signed a consent form, put your name on it.
Wait, he knew I was coming?
Said he'd been informed by higher powers. This guy's out there. He can control his heartbeat so the polygraph can't tell whether he's telling the truth or a lie. Told the chaplain he only had to breathe once per minute when he goes into a trance. Guard stays posted. Knock when you want out.
I just knew a friend was coming. I sensed it. Hearts. I so love hearts, don't you? Do you know why so many songs have been written about the human heart, Richard? Because we all long for goodness and hope and innocence. How could one not hunger for it? Do you want to play? What do you want, Richard?
To talk. Like you said, get to know each other. Someday you're gonna go to hell.
Lord willing.
I'm gonna go to heaven. The angels wanna know, what was he like?
The angel. I like this.
What was he thinking, the piece of filth, when he choked the life out of a child?
Well, let's start with what was he like? And then we can move on to what was he thinking, this piece of filth, etc.
"10 minutes.
He was deep. Yeah, that's what he was like. And he was fun. If we'd met under different circumstances, you'd like me, Richard. When I get out, we can hang.
I think you're gonna hang by yourself, because you're never getting out of here.
That's fine. These are my people. This is my parish where I'll preach the word of my Lord.
You may have to preach to yourself. You step out there, they're gonna tear you apart.
And then what, Richard? You think that's the end of it? Look around you, we're everywhere. Maybe even in your own neighborhood. The family next door. And what about the cop who drives by your house every half hour? Who knows? Or the man who stole your wife away? Tom. How is Nora, by the way, and her new stepson, Little Hawk? It is such a shame that he's failing math. Did you know that he plays soccer for the Davenport Devils? Kids are so sweet.
I should have killed you when I had the chance.
There's nowhere to run, Richard. Your God has deserted you. The evidence abounds.
I'll see you when they pull the switch.
And that's what he was thinking, this piece of filth, when he choked the life from your child. That you have all made your deals with the devil and he has come to be paid. So hear me now, for I am come to ready his bed. He who will not die and he who does not bleed, for I do not die, because I do not bleed.
Nora, it's Richard. I gotta talk to you. Please call me. And keep an eye on Hawk. Know where he is every minute.
Yeah, right.
Somebody call?
No, they hung up.
No game today? Henry?
Dr. Massey, this is Sister Josepha. I had planned to wait for your call, but things have changed here. You're very much in need. The child has stopped talking, and they're going to take her if she doesn't start again soon. The number to reach me on is... I have no idea who you are. I've been sent here by this. It's a map.
You have reached the offices of the Eklund Foundation, presently closed. If you have an emergency,
Is this going to be something that I can frame?
Dr. Massey, welcome. Did you have anything else? It's this way. You look tired. Did you sleep?
I must have. I had bad dreams.
When I think my bed will comfort me and sleep relieve my pain, thou dost terrify me with dreams and affright me with visions. Job 7:13.
Job, is that me, born to suffer?
The birth of man is the birth of sorrow, Chuang Tzu.
Can you speak without doing that?
I don't know. Most people find it comforting.
I doubt that.
Doubt is healthy? I believe in doubt.
Good, because I brought plenty with me. I want to look at the brain scans. I want to meet with the doctors, get the x-rays, and I want to see her do that talking, writing trick.
As we all would. I am hoping that your presence here may help to revive her. Fortunately, we've found a judge who's sympathetic to our cause and has enforced a 72-hour restraining order on the harvesting of any organs until there's been a complete medical review.
Good. I'd like to attend.
Oh, well, we're just buying time, really. It's an exercise. We're trying to get her out of there. Miami Memorial, Biscayne Bay.
Why are you moving her?
Because there's a certain atmosphere at the hospital. Adversarial?
I can understand that.
Are you, Dr. Massey, adversarial? Is that why you've come?
Forgive me, it's my training. I'm a scientist.
So you've come as a scientist?
A realist.
Devil's advocate, you mean?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
We have enough of those. I was hoping for some help.
So she is literally brain dead?
It's called a persistent vegetative state, which falls into an unfortunate area of debate. Right-to-lifers would claim consciousness in the brainwaves of a night crawler. The fact is, the lightning fried her cerebral cortex, the center for consciousness, memory, and thought, all things human.
Excuse me, what are these?
Dr. Massey is a friend of the family.
We thought they were bullets at first,
until we realized there were fillings from her teeth that shot up into her brain when the lightning struck.
But this part of the brain is the medulla, isn't
The fuse box for involuntary motor control.
it? So what about the claim that she writes?
Highly suspect. Our surveillance camera shows some kind of seizure activity when the nun was taping her. It looks like the nun is writing for her.
The talking, you have video on that too?
Involuntary reflex, as far as we can tell, like gagging. The voice, if you can call it that, is unintelligible, mostly covered by thunder. It's only animated during electrical storms. Whatever it was has stopped. She's now completely comatose. It doesn't help anyone to drag this out, certainly not the child.
I'll file an affidavit, hopefully before they can mount a legal defense. The nun's got money behind her. The Eklund Foundation, a religious fundamentalist who's financing her attempt to prove the prophecies of the Bible are coming to pass.
Prophecies?
The end of the world. She's mounting an expedition to find Jesus.
I was taught that every drop of water on Earth at the time of creation is still here, absorbed and falling, to be reabsorbed into the clouds again. Is that true?
For millions of years, before ozone holes.
How can God's work be so easily undone?
You knew her, didn't you?
Lucy?
Yeah, you must have, from school or church.
No.
Then how did you know?
A name? I told you I'd look you up.
No, not her name. The donkey. You can't look that up.
The donkey?
The drawing of the animal on the so-called map. It was something she used to draw, the same exact figure. How did you know that?
I didn't.
Nobody should have known. It was just her and me. I read her the story of Don Quixote. She thought I said donkey. It became my nickname, Don Quixote. She put it on her notes to me. How did you know that?
I didn't, but that's what she's doing now, through this child. Do you know what a Delok is? In the Tibetan Himalayas, on special days of the Buddhist calendar, young women die for several hours to act as messengers between the living and the dead.
That's not what's going on here.
Well, how could you possibly know that?
It's silver alloys that are picking up electrical signals and radio frequencies. That's why antennae are made out of them, and lightning rods.
What does that have to do with
She has two fillings in her head, embedded in the autonomic center of her brain, being stimulated by lightning during electrical storm.
As lightning comes from the east and flashes to the west, so does the word of God. Matthew 24:27.
Believe whatever you want to.
Oh, deny whatever you want to. I saw it. I heard it.
Look, is it significant that that's what you're being paid to hear and see? Religious phenomena that confirms the Bible's predictions of the end of the world, right? You are making a living off this, are you not? Or maybe it's just your honestly delusion, right?
It is they who are making a living out of this by cutting out her organs.
Because she can't recover.
She's speaking the word of God. I know what happened to your daughter. And now that you've confirmed that she's summoning you, if you don't help me stop them, they'll cut her heart out all over again.
Stop. Stay away from me.
As fire flashes from heaven, so will the Son of Man be heard on this day.
Sister Josepha, please come. Her heart is failing.
What?
We're losing her.
Okay, we're ready to move up flatline. I want a transplant team in motion.
What's going on?
We're medevac.
Put a respirator so when her heart stops, her organs won't deteriorate.
No, we need a crash team.
Excuse me.
We need to start her heart
We
again.
make that call, sister. Please step
No,
outside.
where is the crash team? Get the crash car. Where are the paddles?
If her heart stops, we are not restarting it. There are no heroic measures.
There
Please.
will be heroic measures taken. This is total.
There will not.
She is still a
Security! You have no authority in here. This is a medical emergency. I need security.
Previously on Revelation.
Is she conscious? Brain dead. They say there's no hope.
She's talking, quoting scripture.
Revelation.
The end of days. I've been sent here by the map drawn by a child in a comatose state.
I don't think I can help you.
The nun's got money behind her. She's mounting an expedition to find Jesus.
I know what happened to your daughter. If you don't help me, I'll cut her heart out all over again.
God has deserted you. You have made your deals with the devil. I do not believe.
Let us look at the story of the Earth as a war between two opposing forces, positive and negative, natural enemies whose conflict shapes the forces that give us life and bring us death. Their combat heard in the crackle of lightning and crash of thunder, the tearing apart of tectonic plates that sends lava bursting to the surface, hurling coral atolls to the tops of mountains, and mountains to the bottom of the sea.
Don't you think it would be more practical to take her to a hospital?
That's the first place they'll look. They're not interested in keeping her alive. They'd have taken her within seconds if you hadn't revived her with your touch. If they find her, her life is over.
I did what I could. A local judge facilitated her transfer.
To where?
A private ambulance showed up and took her away.
Phone records?
None. They didn't use the house phone.
What about visitors?
The nun who investigates miracles, Montefiore. And there was a doctor from Harvard who attended her medical review and was with them when they left. Massey was his name.
Is it any wonder that man should have called these forces gods? Of dark and light, of good and evil. Indeed, there are people who believe that the earth itself was created as an arena for these two foes to finish it off, hand to hand, through their surrogates in human form.
Now I feel safe.
God's grace you got here.
But not without the help of this man. It took some blaspheming to get her out.
Oh, blaspheming has its place. Are you the friend?
I suppose.
How is she?
Stable.
Good. Oh, good. She'll be well cared for here. We train missionary nurses for service abroad.
Yeah, you might be needing a lawyer soon. The hospital vowed to get her back.
Oh, this is a religious sanctuary. Those gates remain shut unless ordered open by papal authority.
I guess it doesn't hurt to have the Vatican on your side.
Oh, we wouldn't know.
Excuse me?
Complex issues, I'm afraid.
No, I'd like to understand that, actually.
Mr. Massey is a professor, therefore he needs much explanation.
Professor of what?
Oh, complex issues, I'm afraid.
Checkmate. You see, the Vatican rejects our activities because it's threatened by them. Do sit. You'll have tea. Think of this. What validity would the Pope have, for instance, as a conduit to Jesus if Jesus were no longer in heaven listening to his prayers?
And where would he be exactly, Jesus?
Here on earth, or soon to be, given the state of the world according to prophecies. May I show you? More than 2,000 years ago, the first Bible written on animal parchment looked far ahead to the world at the end of time. Yours and mine. Listen. A world of wars and rumors of wars, for nation will rise up against nation, kingdom against kingdom. It's a vision of mankind plunged into endless bloodshed. Challenge me, please. Tell me there have always been wars. But in these days will be a time of tribulation, such as has not occurred since the beginning of creation. When before, Professor Massey, has every living thing stood so clearly on the point, the very brink of instant and simultaneous annihilation? It speaks of famines and plagues and false prophets preaching hatred and intolerance, infecting us all.
To love thy neighbor as thyself has become to hate thy neighbor and thyself. Young mothers are willing to go to marketplaces and blow themselves up in the name of religion. This is not religion, nor is the retaliation that reigns upon their children.
This is the world foretold as the end of days, when Christ will reappear, stalked by the Antichrist, for a confrontation between good and evil that will scorch the very face of the earth.
Unless I believe the Bible has left a blank to be filled in by man.
Her beliefs are considered blasphemous by some, just as have been the beliefs of all visionaries. Which is why we are in this on our own.
So you are looking for Christ?
Some believe he is overdue, others that he is already here. If he is here, I intend to find him.
And if you do?
Protect him. Forestall the confrontation between good and evil. And pray that mankind will do its part.
I'm sorry.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yes, it is insane.
Which is why we need your help.
My help?
Yes. You tracked Satanists to the ends of the earth.
I had a trail to follow.
As do we.
Words written 2,000 years ago?
2 months ago. That is why I want you to meet the man that I work for, Torvald Eklund. You could write about it. A new book, perhaps.
That's why you think I came here? For a book?
Why did you come here?
Looking for my daughter. I guess. Not Jesus and the Antichrist.
Perhaps that is how your daughter intended you to find her.
She's gone, sister. I'm sorry. I need to put her at rest now.
Passenger Marcelo Tubert, please pick up a white courtesy phone. Passenger Marcelo Tubert, please pick up a white courtesy phone.
Headed home, Dr. Massey? I'm from Boston. I recognized your face. Sorry for your loss.
Flight 738 to Denver is now boarding at gate D5. Flight 738 to Denver is now
You have a nice trip, sir.
D5.
Right here and turn right. See where the magazine rack is? Okay.
Is it your belt, Mr. Massey?
Are you from Boston?
Beg pardon?
You knew my name.
Satanist Isaiah Hayden has successfully petitioned for a transfer to the general population from solitary confinement where he had been placed for his own safety. This in spite of an injury to his hand that required microsurgery late last night. It is also rumored that he is threatening a hunger strike because his request for access to the press has been denied. He claims to have a message for the world.
Sir, seatbelt, we're about to land.
Oh, ma'am, I could have my coat, please.
Be right back.
Daddy?
Lucy.
I want to go to heaven, Daddy. Help me get there.
Please, sir, you'll have to take your seat. Are you all right?
No, I'm not.
Dr. Massey.
Sorry, I'm late. I took the train.
Oh, last of the train travelers. I'm surprised you changed your mind about coming. May I know why?
Just curious, I guess.
About what?
Why does Torvald Eklund have a nun working for him?
Well, he was aware of my work and wanted to sponsor me. He believes as I do. If there is evidence of Christ on earth, then that's proof that we're at the end of days.
So, all it takes is finding Christ on earth.
Dr. Massey, welcome. You're the literal answer to a prayer. If I'd sent God a want ad, he couldn't have supplied a better man for the job. I think you'll find this most interesting. Anna Teresa Sabroni, an Italian nun who was dismissed from her abbey when she revealed she was 3 months pregnant, claiming she'd never been with a man.
It was a cloistered abbey, only women allowed, closed to the outside world. And yet still nobody believed her.
And you do.
Our monthly report from Cardinal LaVey at the Vatican indicates that 6 months later, this same woman appeared there carrying a newborn infant, telling the same story that God had fathered her child and she was in grave danger. Once again, she's turned away.
And a short time after that, the police in Athens were contacted because she was trying to board a ferry without paying.
By all indications, she got on it and died with everyone else aboard.
Except for one. Miracle child found on high seas. An unidentified male infant afloat on a piece of wreckage, sole survivor of a capsized ferry in the middle of the Aegean Sea. Fairly miraculous, wouldn't you say?
Certainly fortunate that a rescue boat was standing by.
It wasn't. The rescue boat didn't arrive until 14 hours after the ferry had gone down.
I would challenge that. With the water temperature at that time of year, naked baby soaking wet, the wind chill factor alone would kill it within minutes.
Which is exactly why I need to go there. We don't even know the name of the boat or where they took the child.
But at least we can check the facts on this part, which we can't with virgin birth.
I wouldn't be so sure. Virgin birth could be proved with DNA.
Thus, the stargazer.
Dr. Massey, could you explain that?
Well, without a human father, it would read like a clone, parthenogenetic. If you could find it, a simple blood test could prove or disprove the mother's claim.
But that's just extraordinary.
You said there were other criteria, though.
Yes, divine intervention, which would account for the child's survival, and eyewitness testimonies to the child's own miraculous powers.
You mean like walking on water?
Well, we won't know that till it can walk.
That's the point, though, isn't it? I mean, you're looking for the Savior. And even if this is Christ, how can a child save the world?
Dr. Massey, Christ is hope. And if we find the child, and he is Christ, then perhaps hope can save the world.
Elixit Deus Mundus, qui credit.
Watch your step.
Welcome. So, how did it go?
Well, he's coming with me. Is she still speaking?
In Latin. For God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten Son.
No longer the Book of Revelation.
No. She seems to have switched to the Book of John.
How was the surgery?
Bloodless. Our little oracle. Did we silence her?
She was gone before I arrived.
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
Not dead. Gone. Slipped away. Taken, they said, by the nun who records miracles and Richard Massey.
Richard Massey?
I'm at a loss that they even know each other.
Richard Massey?
They were seen arguing, he and the nun. The nun overheard to say his daughter Lucy was summoning him through this child.
Axas perinuta.
Vamu pei.
Tadashishia aprot.
Vanu bhakti lod.
Taxasti sikal.
Si fau eintro.
Bring what I need. She must be stopped. And little Hawk, don't let him slip away.
He's never out of sight. Ever.
Oh, sorry, Donnie.
Hey, Hawk.
Richard, hey. Don't worry, I won't ask for a hug out here.
What's up?
I just want to see how you're doing.
Your ex hasn't kept you informed? I'm failing math, she thinks I need a haircut, and she got my dad to ground me for smoking.
That's Nora's way of saying I love you. Lucy caught on to that after a while. So tell me, what's going on?
I really like those postcards, especially the one from Brazil.
I thought you would. I'm gonna have to leave again. I just have a few days, want you to know that.
Gonna go bag another Satanist?
No, bagged my limit.
Make you feel better, Richard?
Hey.
I'm sorry.
You're angry, I get that.
Do you?
And I intend to make up for it when I get back. I want us to be like we used to be.
Used to be.
Like they should be.
Whatever.
I'm gonna take that hug now.
I'm not really into it. Just
come on. Do it anyway.
Why has Isaiah Hayden gone on a hunger strike? Is this some form of protest?
My client, Isaiah Hayden, is not on a hunger strike. He's fasting. Not out of protest, but for purification. Mr. Hayden is a master in the arts of mysticism, a teacher of teachers, a man whose mission on earth is to serve mankind.
Dear Jesus. Hi.
Hi, package for Nora Weber. Sign, please.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Nora, come on in.
Explain this to me.
I understand.
What's your return address?
I didn't send these.
Then who did? And why? Who's following him and taking his picture? And why would they send them to us?
Hayden mentioned his name. And yours. And Tom's. He even knew that Hawk played soccer for the Davenport Devils.
Isn't one enough for him? Why did you have to bring him back? Why didn't you just kill him?
Because then I'd be like him. And that's not what she would have wanted. It's no tribute to her goodness.
I have to tell Tom. Maybe Henry should visit his mom in New Hampshire. She's having a baby soon.
Look, I think I ought to call Tom. Maybe we should put a bodyguard on Hawk, just for our peace of mind.
Ask God the way to heaven, and he will show you the hard way. For the hard way is the path of change, purpose, and pride. It's the path of his only begotten Son. Oh, it's unlikely you'd be interested in hearing about Jesus, Mr. Hayden.
No, you're wrong. I love Jesus. Because once his followers were called a cult like mine.
Jesus was not a murderer.
Well, none of us is perfect.
You insult these men.
No, you insult them, chaplain. By offering them a God who does not love them as they are. What's your name, son?
Jesus.
My God loves you, Jesus. And not in spite of what you've done, but because of what you've done. And you too, chaplain. With all those nasty little secrets. My God loves you too. And sin, it's written all over you. I can see it in your eyes. Jesus had no cult. He had disciples, like I have mine. And disciple means discipline.
Dr. Massey, I'm sorry to call you at this hour.
Is she all right?
Yes, she's speaking again. No longer revelation. She's quoting the book of John, certain passages that refer to where this portion of the Bible was written. John the Apostle was sent there, you see, after Christ's death.
Sent where?
Oh, the island of Patmos in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. It's a Greek island off the coast of Athens, in the approximate area that the ferry boat went down, and the baby was found. I think that Olivia is trying to send us there.
I'm going to call you right back. Campus Police, this is Richard Massey. Can you send a car over here right away? This is an emergency. Tom, Maura, this is Richard. Can you call me back as soon as you can? I'd like to discuss the bodyguard idea. I'd like that in place before I leave town.
You going to Athens?
Yep, the island of Patmos. Boyle's gonna do the lecture class. Gandry's doing the seminar, but I want you to find out some things while I'm gone.
Whatever you say.
Research.
I'm your man. What do you need?
I want the name of the boat that picture was taken from and where it took the child after it was rescued.
Miracle Child?
Also, find out anything you can about this woman. Doctors that diagnosed her pregnancy, where she was last seen, if anywhere, before she got on the ferry.
So it's this child you're looking for?
Yes.
I'm sorry, is that normal for an astrophysicist to do?
You have a problem with that?
No. Just there's this rumor going around that you're under the influence of some Svengali nun and you think that this child is Jesus Christ.
Where'd you hear that?
An assistant in the chancellor's office after you left there today.
Really?
Yeah. He referred to you and her as the nutty professor and the flying nun.
It's interesting. I'll be available on my cell phone.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Our flying time to Athens is a little under 7 hours tonight. We'll be turning down the lights in a few minutes for those of you who wish to sleep. We also have on offer a double bill of popular movies. Check the back of the program listings.
They're fashion models, I think.
Can I ask you something? Why did you become a nun? A young woman, attractive, her whole life ahead of her, giving up, having babies, knowing men, going to parties, never temptation, never regret.
Regret never. But, temptation, always. This is the essence of consciousness. Consciousness being awareness of choice, choice between good and evil, which is the essence of temptation.
Boy, you know how to discourage idle chatter.
I am tempted by something silly, something vain and superficial.
That sounds like sin to me.
I'd like to wear something red sometime.
Oh, you'll burn at the stake for that one.
Do you think?
Well, it depends on where you wear it. Forgive me, but would it have to show?
I think this conversation's gone far enough.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh. She's beautiful. Boyfriend?
No, our stepbrother, best friend. He was her knight in shining armor. He changed a lot, though. After she...
I understand what you feel.
Sometimes I think I'll die of it.
Yes, I thought that too.
Your sister.
Yeah. But then I realized that that pain was a testimony to the power of human love. You couldn't hurt this much if you didn't love this much. And that's what we do when we love. We risk everything.
How could you permit it, though? This God of yours, how could a merciful God be so cold?
Father, why hast thou forsaken me? Christ asked the same question.
Did he get an answer?
Well, he wasn't a scientist, so he knew that some questions have none.
Excuse me. Rubio, it's me.
You're on the island already?
Your message said you had some new information.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky here. The boat that rescued the baby was a Greek trawler named Thalassa. The islands it commonly stopped at were Crete, Lemnos, and Patmos, in that order.
All right, we're on the right track. What about the captain?
You're not going to be able to interview the captain. The ship blew up off the coast of Cyprus.
How?
Terrorism, I guess. No known survivors.
What about Ana Teresa?
The Virgin Mom? There's no records anywhere. I'll keep looking.
Good. Good work. We'll be in touch. So, nothing on Ana Teresa before she got on the ferry. The ship that picked up the child was called Thalassa. It probably did stop here. Afterwards, it was blown up somewhere off the coast of Cyprus.
Did you get anything?
They say they see it all the time, right out there.
See what?
Thalassa, the ship, every day out there. Thalassa means the sea. We all see it every day. At last you have found the sea. We're looking for a child, actually, that was rescued from the sea. It's a ferry boat. Yorgo! Parta. Bravo.
We could offer a modest reward.
Have dinner tonight at the Cafe Cellini. Sunset is the right time.
What do you know about the child?
It's really terribly important to us.
Not just to you.
Who else?
Order dinner for 4. I recommend the fish. Parta, bravo.
Why for 4?
I think it's worth a try.
Sister Giuseppe.
Richard Massey.
My name is Athena. We were sent by Stathis. My grandfather is an elder of the Greek Orthodox Church, St. Demetrios. He would not like to know I spoke to you of these.
And who's this?
Oh, my grandmother. She is hungry.
Χάρηκα πολύ που σας γνώρισα. Σας ευχαριστώ που μας βοηθάτε.
Stathis says there will be rewards, but that is not why we are here. We want only to find the child. We need him very much now.
Which child are you speaking of?
The miracle child. The one from the sea. The man from the ship brought it to my mother's sister's house, who was very ill with vichas.
Bronchitis.
But after suckling the child, she became well again.
You witnessed this?
Yes. And after swaddling it all night beside her own sick baby, her baby too was pink in the morning.
This is testimony of miracles.
A neighbor also had the illness, asked to hold it and took it home for a night. He too was well.
And the child, what happened to it?
Taken from the neighbor to a church. Without it, the neighbor sickened and died. We are afraid for my mother's sister, who is ill again.
Athena, do you know which church it was taken to?
Saint Zachariah on the mountain. Many came for sacrament. They say he is Christ.
Where is he now?
Taken by a priest from the island, a small priest in robes.
Do you know, I think we should go to the church now while there's still daylight.
If you could excuse us, we don't have
It is not safe to go there.
No, we'll be fine.
Φεύγουν χωρίς να πάρουμε τα λεφτά μας. Θέλουμε τα λεφτά μας. Μας είχαν πει ότι θα υπάρξει αμοιβή.
My grandmother says she will accept the rewards now.
Of course, this is for the dinner and for the reward.
If you find the child, that will be our reward.
Thank you, thank you.
We've been set up. A couple of tourists offering reward for stories about a miracle child. Get sent up to the church, guess what? Church is all burned out. And there's nobody here to refute the stories.
I believe what they said.
Which part?
That there was a child here, that it was born of a miracle, and that it came from the sea.
Right. The Christ child.
I couldn't say. The ship that rescued him was destroyed. The people that he healed grew sick again and died, and the church that sheltered him has been burnt to the ground. Is that the sort of path that the Son of God would leave behind?
And yet you believe them.
At the end of days, Satan will send a false Christ, born of signs and wonders, many of them in many places. A host of unholy cherubs to lead the faithful astray.
You're saying this is not Christ?
Dr. Massey, could God and the devil be differentiated by DNA?
Dr. Massey. Dr. Massey!
T-3, 2, 1, 0, liftoff.
In a world dying of starvation, disease, and terminal bad temper, why waste $500 million to repair an old space telescope?
For when the sun is weary of heat, and thou art wearied with the futility of counsel, let now the astrologer, the stargazer, stand up and save thee from these things that will come upon thee. Isaiah 47:13.
As we hurtle into the unknown, there is no better way of knowing what is coming than by looking at what has passed.
Your God has deserted you. The evidence abounds.
Dr. Massey? Dr. Massey?
That's what he was thinking when he choked the life from your child.
Daddy? Why are some people mean?
Of his disciples, 2 were captured. As yet, we have no motive for the crime. Satanist Isaiah Hayden has fled the country. As yet, we have no motive.
For those of you seeking easy answers, you should report down the hall to Bible class, where God created man out of mud, and Satan, like some Santa Claus, is keeping track of who's been naughty and who's been nice.
You'll be sorry, Richard.
What more can you do to me?
You'd be surprised.
Go bag another Satanist? Make you feel better, Richard?
That pain was a testimony to the power of human love. Dr. Massey. You're all right. They gave you a muscle relaxant.
In space, we sense our own mortality and the true diabolical nature of time. Endless yet fleeting. Nothing more precious, yet nothing more wasted.
Mallorca, London, Prague, Londres, Prague, Athènes. Le message des terroristes est très clair. Peser sur les
Mallorca, London, Prague, and Athens. A message sent by terrorists to any nation who would host the so-called Ecumenical Peace Council, a gathering of world religious leaders designed to ease the escalating turmoil in the Middle East, a situation some have described as a ticking global time bomb.
Do you remember the church?
The church.
We were looking for the child, and I'm afraid I led you into harm's way. We're lucky to be alive.
Not many things, sister, but lucky isn't one of them.
Let's get up.
I'm remembering that at the church, you decided that this child wasn't Christ.
I'm questioning it. The scriptures say that when Christ is on earth, Satan will send false Christs and false prophets to confuse and lead the faithful astray.
Decoys.
Yes, but an indication that Christ is here on earth and the Antichrist is soon to follow.
I'm Dr. Nikos. Sorry it took me so long. I had to find a private launch. I heard you were stirring up the natives yesterday.
We were getting a little stirred up by them, too. The miracle child?
Have you seen him?
No.
Have you seen any of the healings?
I saw some of those, yes.
And what did you think?
I think there's nothing stronger than the power of belief.
But you are not a believer.
I was raised Greek Orthodox by parents who believed when Armageddon comes, Christ will literally descend on a cloud, surrounded by an army of 1,000 men on white horses. And the Antichrist will rise from the ocean in the form of a 7-headed dragon.
But you did witness a healing.
The blind can see, the lame can walk. It happens on television every Sunday. What you don't see is their conditions return when the program is over.
Psychosomatic healing.
Mass hysteria, in this case fueled by the reports of a delusional woman in Athens claiming to be a virgin mother looking for her child.
A woman in Athens looking for her child.
She claims someone took it from her at the ferry dock.
She never got on the ferry.
No, they brought her to my hospital.
You examined her?
A colleague of mine. She was sent to a psychiatric home.
And she was without her baby.
She probably heard about what was happening in Patmos and claimed it as her own.
Would you by any chance know which psychiatric hospital she's been sent to? It really is of the utmost importance that we find her.
She's in an old facility in the Italian countryside between Florence and Rome. It's called Villa Covaccio.
Thank you.
X-rays first, and then I can make a call.
I think we're gonna beat them to it.
You brought me a present.
Untouched from the last time she used it. They told her father they were detectives joining the search for little Olivia, and they needed some personal items for the bloodhounds to help track her.
Not far from the truth. Sweet Olivia.
Let us know when you're ready to go.
Where's Massey?
He made it to Patmos. He'll stop soon enough.
And the Davenport Devil?
Plays his last game of soccer tonight.
By what method?
Inspired by the Garden of Eden. Forbidden fruit.
Hello, Hawk. What took you so long?
POB1, Q checks.
All quiet. It's all good.
Hey, time for lights out.
How about I just open up your bedroom door whenever I feel like
It's
it?
late. You got school tomorrow.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm not doing that anymore. Not as long as that creep keeps following me around. They call him my nanny. Funny, huh?
It's for a peace of mind, Henry.
Hawk.
I'm sorry. I knew you as Henry
Until she died. Yeah, well, I'm Hawk now, okay?
Call yourself whatever you want, but get off the computer and go to bed.
Good night.
Hey,
Time already?
it's a long shift, man. Try not to freeze.
Thou beware. He will come like a thief in the night. Come like a thief in the night. Thou beware. Thou beware. Beware. For he will come like a thief in the night. Thou beware. Thou beware. 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 Come like a
Oh, yeah. Put on a show. He's watching.
the moon will darken and turn to blood.
وصيتني.
"50 kilometers outside of Florence. If someone wanted to keep her hidden away, this would be the place."
She doesn't speak, except for a prayer. When they brought her here, she had no identification. She was filthy and wore the clothes of a beggar. We don't know her name. We've tried many, but she will respond to Mary. But of course, that's just her delusional name, and we discourage the staff from using it.
Is this a charity hospital?
I wish it were so. We will struggle to keep the lease.
Who supports her here?
She's a great favorite of ours. So pure of heart, one could almost believe her. I'll have to lock it behind you, but someone will be out here waiting for you to knock.
Is that necessary?
She tries to escape.
To where?
To find her son, Jesus.
Anna Teresa? Anna Teresa? Anna Teresa?
You know me. You said my name.
We've been looking for you. My name is Sister Giuseppa, and this here is Dr. Massey.
We're here to help you.
Do you know where they have taken him? My child. I hear him cry for me in my dreams.
Who has taken him? Anna.
Who took your child?
I tre preti.
3 priests.
Quelli con I copricapi.
Hooded priests. Per favore, parli inglese.
He cried for me when they took him from me. Reached out to me when they took me away.
Where did they take him?
On the boat. One of them. The other two took me to a... It was night. When I told them God is his father, they beat me. I do not lie before God. I am a virgin. And they say I am a whore. Where is my child? Please, give me my child. Mother Giuseppa, no one will believe me. God has told me this.
How? How has God told you this?
With his love. When he came to me in the light, they called at night to awaken me and said, "She who has suffered will bear his child. For she can stand the suffering that will follow." But I cannot. I have failed him.
No, you can. You can. You are. Because you have found someone who believes you.
We both believe you.
Anna, how did you come here to Corvaccio?
After I was beaten, I went back to the dock to find my baby. The police came and took me first to a hospital in Athens, then to the police station. A gentle priest rescued me from the police.
Priest mentioned his name?
He told me it is best I not know. But I heard the police call him Father Tassone.
Did you hear a first name? Is there anything else you can tell us? Tassone, what is that? Is that...
Italian. He's smaller than you, very gentle, but brave.
It's very helpful, thank you.
We will be back for you. My lips to God's ear, we will be back.
So you are the first to believe me. You are the first I will believe.
Thank you.
God has brought you to me. I know this. I see His truth in your eyes.
So she was dismissed from the Abbey. She disappears, has the baby, and then turns up at the Vatican.
Cardinal LeVay's office.
They turn her away. She's followed by monks, somebody, and they take the baby and try to intimidate her into denying that she's a virgin mother.
What do you think?
What do you think?
Well, I believe her.
I hope we can find that baby. Rubio, stop looking for an Anna Teresa. Start looking for a Father Tassone, Italian, no first name. I'll call you from Rome. Do you need an appointment to get into the Vatican?
Hey, Benjamin, can you catch up here for a sec?
Yeah. What's up?
Everyone wants to hang out with me because of you. We might as well hang together, right?
That's good. I'd like that, Henry.
So, how'd you get into this line of work? Is it, interesting?
Whoa! What do you got today, man? Bricks?
Take a look. Got a bag of chips in there if you want to break them out.
This looks good. Damn it, Henry! What are you trying to prove, Henry?
Lovely boy. You must kiss me, for I cannot kiss first. I lied. Tell me you're a virgin.
Why?
It's important to me.
Okay, yeah.
No lie?
No lie.
I love that.
Henry! Henry!
Give him hell.
Henry, how about it with you? I'm bringing you home. And that is it for me.
Okay, I give up. You win.
Henry! Come on, hey!
Let's jump.
It's insane.
We can do this. Look.
I don't know.
Come on!
Him or me? Freedom or oppression? Make your choice.
We just did this.
I can.
You know, when I first saw the Vatican, I thought it was heaven. I thought I actually was in heaven.
And then you became the rebel.
Well, the naughtiest children are the ones most in need of approval.
Maybe the secret favorite.
No, not me. I am dangerously close to excommunication.
I somehow think you'd survive.
No, actually, you're wrong. I've been wearing this since I was a teenager, and I can't imagine being without it. It would be like,
Like Superman without his cape.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Ken Clark.
Clark Kent.
Clark. Whichever.
Hi, Miriam. It's Nora Weber. Is Henry there? Yes. Please, if you do, ask him to call home right away. I've called everyone he knows. Jennifer Kobe saw him after school walking up Orchard Road with the bodyguard right beside him.
Where the hell's the bodyguard now? He's supposed to call if something goes wrong.
They haven't heard from him either.
Okay, I'm calling the police.
But this can't be.
We're here.
We're where?
Hey, good to see you, man.
Heard a lot about you. I can't wait to get started. Who are you? We're your friends, Ogden and Tulia. She didn't mention us? I think I should be going home now. We're here to take you home. I'll hitch. Somebody help! Oh yeah, my bad. I forgot to say, don't shout.
Do what you're told, okay? You don't want to repeat of what happened to your sister.
Discipline starts in the home, Henry. Welcome home.
Wish you didn't have to stay a virgin. That'd have been fun on a train.
She's a pistol, isn't she?
Jay, after all.
Oh, outside, honey.
Sister Josepha,
Cardinal LeVay, it's very good of you to see us at such short notice.
an urgent telephone call from Sister Jo. One wonders what it could be.
It's about the miracle child.
So you went to Patmos. I'm not at all surprised. You must be Dr. Massey.
Have you?
How is it you were enticed into joining Sister Joe in this wild goose chase?
Well, that would mean that we're chasing after something that isn't there. The truth is always there.
The truth of... Oh, yes, the baby Jesus returned to earth unknown to any but Sister Joseph, who always seems to know what no one else does.
To know what one does not know is the beginning of wisdom. Gautama Buddha.
Dead philosophers are grateful to Sister Joe. Did you find any evidence?
We have. Did you?
We're not so easily convinced. Doubt what you hear, trust what you see. The Patmos child was a foundling, born out of wedlock, to a mother afraid to tell the truth, who set it on a piece of driftwood out to sea.
70 miles out to sea, near the site of a sunken ferry.
Folk tales.
The photograph?
Doctored.
To what end?
To raise money for the church. They charge 200 euros to see it. Poor souls standing in line with their life savings in their hands. No wonder someone burned it down.
Do you know of Father Tassone? The woman who claims she was the Virgin Mother came here for help, and she and her child were turned away. She was followed by 3 hooded priests. Maybe they were thugs in priest's robes, but they tried to beat her into silence.
As I said, doubt what you hear and trust what you see.
We saw the woman.
And when they'd finished with her, Father Tassone rescued her and took her to a mental institution where she's being maintained by an unknown benefactor.
May I know the name of this institution?
So you're not the benefactor?
Certainly not.
So did the church send the 3 priests after her then?
We should speak alone.
About?
Your schoolgirl imagination and reckless behavior. You believe we're at the end of days. So do many. But you do no service to the church. Because your manner frightens people. They think you're insane, and frankly, so do I, for making accusations such as this. Without Torvald Eklund shielding you, you'd be excommunicated. Do you have anything to say?
May God grant him a long life, and you as well, so that you shall have to deal with me till the end of your days.
Duncan, call them a car.
No need. Thank you for your time. Why would the Vatican be complicit in any of this? What would they have to gain?
To gain custody of the child? At a time when the church is losing its power, what greater power could it have than the power of Jesus Christ? Trust me, if they have him, they won't let anything get in the way of that.
Who was that?
Somebody who wants us out of Rome. You're just too easy to spot. It's the outfit.
Come on. Clark Kent time. Come on. Why don't you try these on? We gotta go.
Signori?
This one. Here. Some money that should cover it. Are you ready?
Yes.
We should go.
His taxi's over there. Richard.
What's happening?
Hawk's missing. Lucy's stepbrother. They got him.
Oh no.
He's gone.
Feel like pizza, Samael?
Not my name. Not smart, Sam. If things happen to chosen children who insist on using their Christian names.
Like little Hecate, who insisted her name was Lucy.
I believe the last thing she said was, "That's not my name."
A 14-year-old boy missing for less than 24 hours wouldn't normally draw this type of attention. The difference being, this is the stepbrother of Lucinda Massey, whose death at the hands of Satanists made headlines worldwide, and whose alleged killer is being imprisoned nearby, awaiting trial.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed your flight from Rome. We'll be landing in Boston in about 15 minutes.
Mr. and Mrs. Massey? Montefiore. Sorry, I saw the wedding ring. Can I get you anything else before we land? No, I'm fine. Thank you. May I ask you something? Have you given up the search? Because if you have, they've won.
It's up to me to fight this battle.
May I read? Book of Isaiah. When the sun is weary of heat, which means when the world is ending, and thou art weary of counsel, which means when all efforts to save it have failed, then turneth to the stargazer, the astrologer, to save thee from these things that befall you. Is it up to you to fight this battle? Ask your daughter, who traveled from another world, to beg you. And ask Hawk, who is still in their hands, whether he would want you to turn your back on this. And ask God, because it is He who has chosen you.
Sister Daly's.
Yes, sister, right away.
Tom, it's Richard.
Richard, we got a little good news. I'm praying that it's true. Security company got a message from the guard calling to say that he was quitting. Henry kneed him in the groin and ran away. Well, let's hope. Let's hope and pray he's a runaway.
I came back to help, and I'm coming over.
Hey, Devil Boy.
Tom.
Richard, not a good idea. Get the warden. Pulling some crap again.
Let's check her pulse.
Hi.
Oh, hello, Richard. Did you find the Christ child yet? Because we're gonna need him with all the hell you brought to my door.
I came to help Nora, if you let me.
How? Turn back the clock? Make some different decisions? He told you he'd get even. You brought him back anyway. I told you I didn't want you to take Lucy for the summer, but you took her anyway. If your mom's too strict, come to my house. We'll have a great time. Yes. We found this in his drawer. Hear my words and hear me well. Gotta go. Gotta run. I'm late to hell. one way or the other. They got him.
What's happening?
Hard to tell. Blood pressure's down to 70/40. He hasn't responded to the stimulant, which usually takes immediate effect. Look.
Meditation?
If it is, he's heading into dangerous territory.
What possible reason?
Kill himself? Become a martyr? Maybe get you to transfer him out of here to a hospital where there's less security?
Well, I'm not inclined to do that.
This was in his mouth, and this in his hands. Looks like voodoo stuff. 37. 36.
The fever started when?
Hour, maybe. Blood pressure, respiration, everything started going up at once.
There's no infection. Her urine's clear. Mother, I don't know what's driving this.
I don't like sitting here watching this.
Can you shoot him up again?
35.
Heartbeat 159.
34.
160.
29. 28.
Temperature 104 and climbing.
Ice, how's our supply?
Give me a blanket.
Yes, we have ice. Ice, sister.
Compresses quickly, please.
His lips are turning blue.
Look at the eyes.
Temperature 104.3.
He's in a dream state.
Let's get a cold bath. We don't want her to start convulsing.
Is that a seizure?
Call transport.
Medics!
Alcohol. It's not helping.
He's in stasis. It's reversing. His heart rate is coming back up.
Her heart rate's slowing down.
Thank God. Oh, she's cooling down.
Seems like it's over.
Well, the question is, what the hell was it all about?